A woman who waited years to bear a child gave birth to a miracle baby at 5'2". Instead of being happy for her, people slammed her for her decision to have a child at her age. Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe to Dailydose, like, and share this video with your friends. It might brighten their day and inspire them to do good. Also keep watching because an important lesson awaits at the end of the video. Some people stop at nothing to get what they want, and for a woman in Massachusetts, the thing she wanted most in the world was to become a mother. After trying to conceive a child for 6 years, she finally became a mom at the age of 5'2" when she gave birth to a son. People on the internet were torn on how they felt about the pregnancy. While others were happy that she finally fulfilled her wish, there were many others who slammed her for her decision to have a child at an advanced age. Louise Hone of Lowell, Massachusetts, went through 6 years of fertility treatments in hopes of having a child with her 47-year-old husband, Dean Beal. They went through 6 failed IVF cycles and donor egg transplants before they were given the best gift ever, a son. On Christmas Day, the proud parents welcomed their son Stellan. Before finally embracing her firstborn, Louise spent a fortune trying to get pregnant. She spent a total of $75,000 on donor eggs and upward of $100,000 on 6 cycles of IVF. Because of the circumstances of how Louise and Dean met, they weren't able to try for a child any sooner. She met her then-boyfriend when she was nearing 40 and didn't choose to start undergoing fertility treatments until 9 years later at 46. By that time, not a lot of fertility clinics were willing to help people her age have children. When they found someone who would, they needed to find other means to finance the treatments. Louise and Dean were told that insurance wasn't going to cover the costs because of the implications of Louise's age. Louise had always wanted children, having worked with kids for a long time before meeting her match. However, it was only when she fell in love with Dean that she realized he was the one she was willing to start a family with. When they bought a property together in 2012, the couple started to try conceiving naturally. It never dawned on Louise that as she aged, her chances of getting pregnant were getting slimmer. At the age of 42, she even refused a doctor's suggestion to try IVF because she believed she would still be able to conceive naturally. But when she reached the age of 46 and her periods started to become irregular, she opened up to the idea. A year later, Dean and Louise got married, and a month later, Louise underwent her first IVF cycle. Unfortunately, after several rounds between March 2017 to June 2018, she still wasn't pregnant. Refusing to give up the dream, Dean and Louise finally decided to look for a donor egg in 2019. It took them 2 years to be at ease with their decision on which donor to choose. Dean wanted to keep searching, but Louise already knew she had found the perfect match. She claimed she and the donor were so alike, not just in looks, but in personality and characteristics as well. "It was important I found someone who represented me," she admitted. They went through the embryo transfer in May 2022, and after just 8 days, Louise and Dean had a positive pregnancy test in their hands. The couple kept the pregnancy private, fearing how other people would react. Ultimately, Louise gave birth to her son at 35 weeks on Christmas Day. Louise is positive she'll be able to get pregnant again. However, for now, she'd like for her body to recover and for her and her husband to adjust to having baby Stellan around. Despite the joy Louise and Dean felt, others weren't as happy. People on the internet judged Louise for her choices. Despite what's been said, Louise and Dean are focused on raising Stellan the best way they can. Not only do they give their son hands-on care, but Louise breastfeeds her child as well. Louise hopes to inspire older moms who are still trying to get pregnant despite their advanced age. She also credits these mom groups for giving her the encouragement she needed whenever she lost hope during the process. In another miracle birth story, a woman gave birth to her first child at the age of 48 after suffering 18 painful miscarriages.